Hello, I'm Zane Norton, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a boffer sword. Now, boffer swords are used for LARPing, or if you just want to use something that you can create to hit your friends with that won't do any significant damage to them. What you're going to need to create this is some fun noodle or pool noodle, tape. Electrical tape is usually used for the handle, and Scotch tape is used to secure the fun noodle to your core. You could use Scotch tape or duct tape. Doesn't really matter. You're also going to need, like I said, a core. The core is, well, the core of the piece. You could use PVC pipe, which I'm going to be using today. That's usually the easiest and most readily accessible thing. You can usually get these at Home Depot, Menards, I think maybe Sears, although not sure about that. You're also going to need a knife to cut the foam, which I already did because I'm strapped for time. You're also going to need scissors to cut tape. You could also, if you're feeling up to make an advanced type of boffer sword, you could also use Walmart's blue camp foam and create something like this. I didn't actually create this. I bought it from a friend for $40. And, yeah, these things can get pretty expensive if you want them to be. You also are going to need a covering. Although, I don't actually have one with me today, so I can't really show you how to do that. Although, you could usually just get a sock or something. Like this. Get a sock. Put it over here. Use your electrical tape, tape it on. There, it works. But usually the foam can't be visible or it won't be legal. But yeah, we really aren't making something legal today because I don't have covering, like I said. Okay, so first step after you've gotten all your materials, you want to mark out where you want your fun noodle to go. I marked it out mine right here, right here. You have to make a hilt, or it's, again, won't be legal, and it won't be a true boffer sword, or in this case, a dagger. Okay, so first off, put your fun noodle on. Okay, so now, tape. First off, you want to tape your fun noodle to your core, like so. Doesn't really have to be that neat. I mean, you really aren't going to see it that much anyway. You want to tape it on to your core like so. The tape, which is basically getting out off the tape, but pulling it back like so. It tightens it to makes the fun noodle secure. And I'm just going to end it right there. Secure. Okay, so now that's done. Focus on the top. You would use the leftover fun noodle that you have. I already cut my pieces again, so I'm just showing you this. You would then cut it like so. Sort of hard to see, really, with the way this is angled. But you would cut off a part of your fun noodle to the edge of the fun noodle that's attached to the core. Cut off that much. You then cut that much in half. You get something that looks like this. You then tape this onto here with Scotch tape or duct tape, and then you could then wrap it all up in tape, and then you move on to the hilt. Then you have your top. Now, here comes a tedious part. You then have to tape the whole foam. Well, I don't actually think you do, but it's usually, it does. make this last longer, because this will degrade, and this will break. The core might break, the foam might just get worn out, but this will inevitably break. Usually quicker than most with pool noodle. That is how you create the top of your boffer. Sword, or in this case, dagger, again. Okay, so now, for the hilt. Basically, repeat the same steps as before. You would use some pool noodle. Well, first, you mark pool noodle, tape. Now that hilt is secure. Again, you would. So, sorry if I'm a bit lost. I had to do some stuff on my iPad, so sorry if this is a bit discombobulated. Okay, so after you've got the hilt secured on, you would then, again, repeat the same steps that you've been doing. You would get a piece of foam that's an extra piece of foam, cut it to the width. Get the piece, chop it in half, get a piece like this. You then cut these sides if you want to. It doesn't really matter if you can, but I choose to do it. You cut the sides, tape it on, and then you torque wrap it, put tape on, and then you put on socks. Yes, I got the socks, so now I can show you how to do that. Okay, so after you've got your hilt done, taped, torque wrapped. Also, I would like to say now that so long as you have at least a third of your boffer, sword or dagger, or at least 3 inches, whichever is least, of your weapon covered and from top to bottom, you could then strike with both, and they would still, in the game of Amtgard at least, they'd still kill the person. Or at least injure them. I'd say that now. Okay, so, after you're done with that, tape in the bottom, you then add socks. You could actually use this with, you could use socks or coverings of your own making from own sewn cloth, or I think, oh god, what are they called? Stockings. You could also use those as like cheap stockings that are sold at Walmart for like 69 cents. So, let's get to it. Okay, so after you've got your whole thing socked up, you would then use your electrical tape to cover the middle and make your hilt. And that's it. You've got your boffer dagger or sword. Perfectly legal now. You can go out, fight with it, hit your friends in any which place besides the head. Be legal. Have fun. Have a great day.